Namaskaram everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today we have dear Hatha Yoga Teacher who is the founder of Samarpanam Yoga, Amar Anna with us. Namaskaram Anna.
Namaskaram.
Yes.
Very much.
Amar Anna, this podcast is going to be very interesting because Amar Anna is also a scientist and a stem cell researcher. So we'll be going to talk a lot about that. So before we go into the questions and all, I would like to say to the audience that if you want to listen to the audio format of this, you can find it in Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, or any other platforms. So Anna, can we go into the podcast?
Yes.
Yes, Anna. I would like to start before we go into the scientist part and the Hatha Yoga part. I would like to know more about you because you have always been behind in the background. I've only seen you on Instagram page, in your Samarpanam Yoga page. So we would like to know more about you, like maybe from your childhood, like where you grew up, what you did, and what was your childhood like. So if you could start with that, it would be great.
So, Namaskaram, Vaisakh. It's a really privilege to be with you. And first time I'm coming as online. And
thank you for coming, Anna.
To Namaskaram to everybody. So if I start the journey with the childhood, so I born in Bihar, one of the very faraway villages of Purnia district. Later I came to I'm in Bhagalpur district. So I born in a very, very poor family. I'm still it's not very, you can say that, how do you say? So the poor family which works completely on daily work. You can say in other terms, labor. My father was very, very industrious. So I grew, from childhood, I grew in that environment, very, very struggling environment, and in all and every aspects. But if I say, especially about the since childhood, I was the attitude behind me is like everything, how I looked at the life. So when I was child, it's like the seeking, the mysterious thing, everything. Even I used to go in the field, simple. You go in the field and you go to sitting. No? Okay. You relieve yourself.
Okay.
Look lots of worms and plants and how it grows, and everything looks me very intrigued, very mystic. How everything functions. And how am I? How life has me? How I like. But everything I want to just know it. What is it? Just observing it. And finally, I slowly as I studied, I grew natural inclination towards science because somehow it tries to understand the nature, the life somehow. Maybe it is on superficial part. If I understand from the right perspective, being a little glimpse of a yogi. But yes, at that time, that's what we have the tools that to understand something. How can I understand what is life, everything? Why everybody's lots of life is cropping up, going down? What is something and how it is working actually? Each and everything is so mysterious. So I was very introvert kind of person, but observing. Even childhood, I know I have very little friends, few friends, 2 to 3 friends. I do not like to talk much, but yes, I used to read a lot.
Which were your favorite books? Which were your favorite books then? Do you remember?
That time?
Yeah.
No, favorite books was not much favorite book, if I say.
Okay.
Because in my village, one of my guru, you can say that he gave me a lots of value to my life. So I used to just study at that time, and just study whatever. So he just gave me one mantra. He told me that reading is a vast knowledge and writing is a perfect knowledge. Okay. So first you read. It doesn't matter what books you read. Don't discriminate about the book. You just read. So during that time, just I'm from class 5, you can say class 5 to class 12. I read almost lots of book of the Swami Vivekananda, Tolstoy, lots of scientific publications and different books. Whatever books I used to got, and I had one friend. Also, I used to have like competition who will read more books.
Okay.
That really all those books really deepens my the experience, the way to look at life, everything.
Who won that competition?
Who
won that competition? You or did he win?
No, it is just like today learners, we just forget the competition.
Okay.
No, today we have learned, that's it. So every day was fresh. Okay. Somebody I was ahead, sometimes he was ahead. So it's like just, yes, read and read. So you can see that like even from that age and till I was almost like even in my bachelor, I just used to study even walking.
Okay.
Even I was in bus, even I was sitting, whatever activity I'm doing, I'm reading. I always have a books. So wherever even I used to go to friends, I'm waiting. So waiting is for me is not a bad thing. Waiting is good that I give lots of time to read the book. I always had a books before me. So it was a great friend of book was a great friend at that time. So in the childhood, I was very like how you say very fearful about everything, like especially the ghost and everything.
Okay.
And my mom was very, you can say, she's very inspiring, very brave.
Okay.
So she doesn't believe in everything.
Okay.
And my family background is like that. Even my bigger eldest brother is a communist, so he doesn't believe anything.
Right.
All these craps.
Yes. Right, I can understand.
He is very angry. Yeah. What he is doing, he has done. I studied lots of things, very science, and now he's doing lots. These crap things, yoga and all.
Okay.
It's very difficult to make him understood. But I can say that at that time, because I was very, by childhood, I was very fearful in that. I usually in the night, I used to have lots of images that somebody is catching me from behind. I was just walking very fast. Somehow I used to enter into my room and shut the door.
Okay.
It's like somebody is chasing me, like lots of fear, lots of ghost fear. Anything. So that time I read one book that's called Bachon ke 12 Upanyas.
Okay. What is that?
So that Bachon ke 12 Upanyas is like the 12 novels for the children. So that 12 small stories, it's a very thick book almost. So 12 different stories, but very adventurous stories of the children. Just after reading that book, I became very brave from inside. Now I can fight everything. Even something in the the night, if something I have felt somebody is chasing me, I just used to stop and
look back.
Look back at somebody. So nobody is there. So that book was really transformation, especially to fight the fear, everything. And after so long, maybe I don't know, 11 at the age of 11, 10 or 11, I read that book. But that book transformed me and bring lots of different dimensions inside me, just to lose fear. Because if you have fear in life, you can't. All the dimension gets blocked. Whatever you want to, if you want to grow, first you have to be a little fearless. So fear blocks everything. So after a long time, I also want to say that Bachon ke 12 Upanyas suddenly won my 1 to 2 years before on one of my birthday. So my wife gave me that.
Oh, you have the book with you. Great. Oh,
this book.
Is it available on Amazon or somewhere, which I can link it? Like,
I think yes. I think yes. So I was so happy just by seeing the books this was, because I just lots of memories I forgot. But that book was really very crucial to remove the fears and just to become brave to fight anything in my life. So it was I was really very happy just by seeing the books. I read it again.
Is
Just
it? How was it again? How was it reading again?
I just feel, I mean, feeling that experience of the childhood when I was studying everything. So this is what more or less. So I was studying and studying, and at the age of the, like when I used to just pass class 10, then I mean doing massage to my father one night. So he suddenly told me, now my son, I cannot, very honestly he told me, I will not be able to support you in your study. For me it's very difficult uh, to give you any kind of support, because even he was struggling to maintain the family, so really difficult. So I was so intense in knowing the things, especially reading or studying especially. So that time I told my father, okay, if you cannot support me, if you cannot support my study further, so one thing I would like to beg you, I like to ask you if you can uh, free me. At least you can free me. And that time he gave me, yes, this I can do. I was so happy. I was so happy. Uh, I can't. I mean, so that gift was really precious for my growth. And then I started my journey on class 10, giving tuition to children, small children in the village. So they used to give me sometime like 2 rupees per month, like this. I mean, it's very difficult. So, but that blessing too of my father, just letting me free, give me a complete freedom to what I want to do and how I want to do. So I used to do lots of things. I didn't have any money, and my friends used to give me support me, like giving me the books, copies, pens, and even his clothes. So I used to everything. The only the what I can say that if you have the fire inside you, if you really want to do anything in your life, doesn't matter what, if you really want to do, nobody can stop you. And everybody, and yes, the help also come from all around you. It's not that society is so bad. If you really want to do anything in your life, they will help you out. That's how I see it. So if you want to do anything in the society, whatever you want to desire, but the desire is very intense. The fire for that desire is very intense. So the help will come from all around you. So society is not in that kind of bad. If you really make that become so humble to everybody around you, everybody can, even the bad person can help you. So that it is you how you decide the course of your life always. Even the family and everybody, even the situation might be very almost impossible, that can be make possible very easily. All these strength and everything, you can say that I gain from the books, as well as my young childhood gurus. He's now also the, he is very spiritual gurus, like his name is Swami Agwanand Ji Maharaj. He's more in Bhakti Yoga. So I really bow down to him in every aspect. So there were various persons in my life. I cannot like even count on my finger that how many people helped me and my endeavor and everything. So struggle, I started to studied. I used to give tuition and slowly moved to Patna. Then I started tuition there, and at one time I was like in 12th class, I didn't have that enough money to fill my forms. So I had to give up the exam because I didn't have enough money to just like for the registration fee. Then I deposited some money, and then next year I gave the exam for that. But yes, I keep doing it. And then I studied like chemistry honors. I did chemistry honors. After that, I did like agriculture in technology. I did 4 years course, BSc in agriculture.
Okay.
And after that, I came to Delhi and I gave the preparatory exam for set for different entrance exam in MSc. So I came more than 12 different exams I appeared for, and then I like lots of exam I was top. In India I was topmost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but out of the various exams I got succeed. So some of them I was top, and some of them within 10, 1, 2, some 3, 4 like this. But out of them, like JNU was my dream. So I came to JNU, and yeah, finally my dream was true that I came here JNU. I started my MSc Life Science there. I chose my MSc Life Science there. So before that, the life was different, and when I came to JNU, my life was different. But I want to say right now, and lots of people have bad impression about JNU. So JNU was so fantastic in giving you the freedom. The platform itself is very good. Why? Because it gives you the freedom. Once you have a freedom, and once you think on your own, then you'll be able to explore yourself, what you think and how you think. Yes, always there is an influence of what kind of influence there, what kind of the society is going there, but still you have the power to choose what you want to do. So this is how it's like started, and then after MSc Life Science, I also passed in the next PhD. That is all that exam also.
You're going fast. You have to give a bit about your college life, your daily routine, Anna. You went fast. You went fast. College life can't be so boring.
Oh, it's college life. If you say the college life, the JNU college life, especially in the science, so it is like very, very intense. That much of intense when I get admitted in the JNU, and when I passed MSc Life Science, I even didn't see the campus properly.
Oh, okay.
It was that much of intense, so much pressure and so much like things to do. I was also very intense. I wanted to do everything in my best. Okay, whatever.
Could you say, you said intense, so what is that intense? Like, what was your daily routine, so that we get an idea of like?
Yes, routine was like I used to get up like in the morning, more or less, and get up, going to bathroom and freshen up, and running to the school. Almost started from the 6 and say 7:30, depending upon the class. Usually it class start to happen, and then you used to we have the lunch time also, but I didn't get the time for even lunch. So usually in the week I only used to eat once, only in the night.
Oh, every day?
But, yeah, too much every day. But in the weekend I used to get time. In the weekend I used to eat properly all the breakfast, lunch, and everything.
Okay.
But that life was really, really very intense to study everything. Completely competing, competence was there. So if I didn't know, it's everything. Like if you really want to know, then you don't have time. You understand that?
Right.
when I gave the exam of MSc Life Science, then I saw the JNU campus properly. Then we all the friends we visited everywhere, and then life is really really fantastic. Like there are lots of natural places are there, and mountainous valley are there. There are lots of the park, natural park are there, rock park, Parsati Rock. If I remember that. So lots of places are very, very famous. Dhaba are there. So discussion dhaba are there, theater are there. Lots of activity always going on. So some art activity, drama, lots of things are going on. Very live campus, very happening campus all the time. Something is happening everywhere, even in the hostel, even every time. And some if election is coming, election campaign is coming. But basically, for the science student, there is no time. Yes, for the arts, because they also they are related to the activity outside, so they are more immersed in the campus life. But for the science student, it is really very difficult to get out time for anything out of your curriculum, whatever. It's really almost difficult. And if you are more intense to do, then again it becomes more intense. You understand? And because all the time said the various exams are going on, all the like after 1 month you have exam. So small exam are there, like in semester lots of, for all this subject almost there are 67 subjects.
Okay.
So in all the 8 how many 4 semesters, you can say that it's 2 years. So in that much of semester you have lots of subjects. But yes, college life, after that, yes, we visited a lot, we enjoyed a lot.
No girlfriends in college.
Yes, girlfriend I had.
Oh no, Akka will hear this. I simply.
I mean, how can I show? I don't know how do you say the girlfriend. I had a friend as a girl, and I was also I can say that I just escaped that. See, I was very, very emotional. One kind of, you can say that is my weakness. At the same time, it was my strength. Why? As Sadhguru said, now I understand the different aspects of it. So emotion is like, it can express you in different, like whether you love, whether you become angry, whether you do any intensity. So I was very, very emotional in Ken. Sometimes brings lots of blocks for me. Yeah, I used to, love a girl I used to have, but at the same time, if I wanted to have a relationship with her, for me it was not acceptable, because that was difficult to imagine the life with her even that time. But I wanted her to be in that situation, but it didn't happen. So it was, you can say that it is a 50%, as Sadhguru said, 50% you are succeed, 50%. So it's just 50% the girlfriends.
Right. Thank you, Anna, for sharing.
So from her it was friendship simply. From me it was different intensity. But at the same time I was very, very intense. And I used to even not one time, I had lots of like this type of relationship even before that college. Like even I was in agriculture. I used to, I love her a lot, like a mad, crazy like this. I can do anything for her, any stupid thing or whatever thing. Sometimes I understand. When I think after that, I laugh at myself. But at the same time, I understand the things, how the intensity comes, everything. The same intensity, same attitude, it also translates to the other aspects of the life. So if you really adapt to, like if you're skillful, you can say that, if you to direct your energy to certain aspects, because you have the energy, if you direct it to certain aspects, that become very, very focused. So even my study life, so lots of time I invested in my emotions. I got very, very, very too much emotional, too much emotional. It's like I just what do you say? I can't think of out of that anything. And as you said, Sadhguru said, when you so like become very obsessive, very so much obsessive that whatever you want to do, want her to do, so it's that should happen always. Because when you love, it's not you cannot say that it's a true love, but yes, you want everything happen in your way,
Right.
and more things.
Right. Right.
Why she's not having that? Why it's not like that? I'm doing my best. You understand that?
Right. Right. Yeah.
It is very difficult. So that dimension also I used to, but at the same time, one thing always inside me, I was there observing. Even I used to observe my emotions, how it is like going towards it, what I'm doing. But never it happened that I wanted, no, I want to spend the life with that girl. I used to love her. I was very crazy. I was very mad. Different girls in my life, but I was not, never I decided my life to spend with them, because they didn't happen the way I wanted to. That is why I never decided it.
Right.
At the same time, I was very crazy. So if they used to like offer me like I used to like think, no, would you like are you sure are you able to be with me? So I mean, lots of questions. I can say that even before the talks started with my Nidhi, my wife, so it started to happen like before. It was just like arrange and come love.
Oh, arranged marriage, eh?
Yeah, arrange but love. It
Okay.
started.
Okay.
So like you, my sister told me that there is a girl, so if you wish to talk, I was not interested. Okay, what's wrong about talking? We can talk it. We can talk about it. So we started to talk, and at that time also I was very in emotional turmoil, and I started to talk to her. So she was very, very at that time very. They also sent me the like photo, as you know that I don't know what traditional they are in Kerala or in South India. There.
Okay.
Usually they used to send the photograph.
Okay. Yeah. It's still like that only.
They send us the photograph. The photograph was like my God, lots of use of makeup and something.
Right.
For me, I never like any makeup on girls. Okay. Any makeup, just as natural. I told you so. I don't want to like this photo. So better you come to Skype or something. We can talk. We can talk. So we started to talk and something. She is just like a child, very, very innocent, very you can say like a child. Huh? So slowly, it doesn't happen just after a few days, or you can say a few weeks, the emotion start to turn towards her, and it really happened. And also, I thought, okay, it's a very good opportunity. And when she everything whatever she wanted to tell me, and very, very honest in every aspect. That aspect was really touched me. At the same time, I always being honest to in my life with everyone. So whatever happened in my life, I told everything, each and every bit to her. So this is how I happened. Even that time, I was struggling with when I talked to her, I was struggling one breakup. So one of the in Spain when I was in Europe, so one girl used to love me a lot.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give any shit to her anytime.
In Spain, where did you say?
Yes, Spain. Yeah.
Oh, we skipped. We reached the time lapse to Spain, but it's okay. But that's okay.
Yeah. So that was the part. So and she she left because she got tired of me.
Okay.
Why I was not giving attention to her? I used to love her,
Okay.
but not. I never told anything to her. Okay.
Okay.
So I used to give her time, everything, but I never told her because I was the person, if I tell something, I have to commit it.
Commit it. Right.
Anyhow, it doesn't matter what's going to happen. So, and also I was very much doing about my research and something I want to do, complete my thesis and everything. So that was my primary goal. Once I finish, then I can do something. Okay. So I was very focused. So first I will do this, then I will pay attention to the other aspects.
Right.
But meanwhile, after 2 years and 2.5 years, she got tired of me. So that you can see she used to love me a lot. I knew that. When she left, after 1 month, even I didn't feel okay. If you wish to go, you can go. There's no problem. After that, after 1 month, I became so, like, I don't know, that phase was really horrible in my life. Very horrible. You can say extremely depression, extreme condition. I used to like just sleep maybe 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and doing workout and coming, get up in the morning. You can see that the energy is very high inside. My intensity sometimes the emotional intensity becomes so strong. It becomes like it completely puts me on different scale. I was very tormented in that period. Like I started to after just you can say that after 1 year, after break up 1 year, still it was going on in my head, and I was suffering it little bit stabilized. So I started to talk to her, Nidhi, and then slowly it turns everything, emotion turns toward her. And she, from the first day, she start to love blindly to me. And basically you can say that her love and was so intense. uh, it made me everything surrender to her, simply surrender to her, and in all respects. Then we started to laugh, and we talked almost one year, more than 1 year. Then we came here after finishing the thesis there, my PhD thesis on the stem cell research. Came here, then we got married, happily got married, and we still she's a very great life partner. I really appreciate her. I really bow down to her, because right now whatever I am doing, you can say the Hatha Yoga teacher training. This is the most profound event in my life. And if it happens, so if I say I give entire credit to my wife, because I'm that kind of person. If it doesn't allow me, it's very difficult for me to go against her, even if I wanted to do. So that is different. But she always gave me the space. She always not only allowed me, she helped me a lot in all the aspects. If I say that about your teacher training, so I met Sadhguru. I am on YouTube. Earlier, I used to see the Jiddu Krishnamurti. I used to love him. Okay? And I just forgot about you to tell that I was in childhood. I was very theist. Used to do lots of sadhana, especially the Bhairavi sadhana.
Okay.
The Ma sadhana, like Durga Ma.
Okay.
So and used to do lots of puja, worship, fasting, lots of. But due to this emotional turmoil, sometimes because it was not happening according to me, I thought I'm doing such of sadhana, lots of things, it's not happening.
No.
I just left it. Why I have to do this or this stupid sadhana? It's nothing bringing in my life something important. So I become completely, agnostic, you can say, or atheist, just non-believer. Also, the influence was because due to my eldest brother, he was very communist, and also some influence was there, looking the life in a different way. And but we used to when I was in Europe, I used to see a lot. Watch the Jiddu Krishnamurti. It's very very, I mean, logical, talking everything the way it should be. So I really wanted to. Someday, I mean, one day, that's Sadhguru video popped up like in the side. I just saw who is this guy, and because you know that usually we have the also the like dislike due to the news channel, all the babas or gurus are just this kind of. But I never used to. I mean, that one thing you can say that it is basically the scientific spirit. Science says you never believe it anything, or you never disbelieve it. If you have something, you prove it. Okay, so you experiment it. So first, so main idea of the scientist, first you become unprejudiced to anything. Okay, if you have some hypothesis, make a hypothesis and design an experiment and try to prove your hypothesis. And if you do multiple times of the experiment, if all the time the experiments give the same result according to your hypothesis, then only the hypothesis start to become to the theory. It's like going to the, yes, this is how it happens. So this attitude also helps you to become a seeker. Somehow it becomes a seeker, a real seeker. Then I started to, I mean, slowly and slowly I started to listen Sadhguru. Sometimes, yes, I was but I become very fan because he used to talk very logically and everything. And all the aspects, even the yeah, all the aspects that he used to explain, especially the way of life, Hindu life in this continent, whatever the rituals we used to follow, scientifically how I used to, I mean, put it, everything we used to explain in the video, that really made me like fan.
So as a scientist, could you relate with that? Because most people say Sadhguru is unscientific and all, but you are someone who's working in the field right now. Some people, they say like this is all, but coming from you, I think it'll be like, could you talk a bit more about your stem cell research, and like when you listen to Sadhguru, did it contradict that, or was it more in sync?
No, that like, see, if I say the stem cell research, that can only relate after I did the yoga, not before that.
Oh, okay.
Because it is more very molecular level. So yes, but there are lots. All his talk was very, very scientific in lot. But what you say, there are lots of people say that he's unscientific. So there are various reasons for that. One is either he doesn't know the science very well, first thing, or sometimes if you listen some advanced video of Sadhguru, because these days almost all different types of videos are there.
Yeah, right.
So if you go by sequence, then you can understand the story very well. Right. But if you do not go by the sequence, then you might sometimes be able, I mean, compelled to, I mean, think that he is very unscientific. Because yes, science, what I say is what I studied the scientist from childhood, and even I'm very scientific in scientific temper. That aspect is completely, is really fantastic, really wonderful on the material aspects of the life. Because science totally depends on the measurement. If it can measure something, then it can say something about it. If it cannot measure, then it is very difficult for science to tell something about it. Very difficult. So how you measure it, as Sadhguru says, we have all the 5 senses, all the instruments in the science, everything, all the science, it just enhances the capacity of observation. Like if I see or smell or the taste or hear and everything, all the instruments are just to enhance the capacity of this input, the way of the explaining, way of understanding the things. But if somehow you cannot measure that events in some parameters, like different parameters, if you cannot measure the length, time, the different dimensions, the weight, there are various things, electricity, you have to measure something. You have to tell something solid. Okay, then only the science can say, oh, yes, if you do something, this will happen. If you do something, something happens. Yes, at some aspects it can explain a lot of things, but not all the aspects can science can explain. I cannot say that science can explain. Better it is to say that technology, because science, even the yogic science, means something to know. So even the yogic science, what you say, that is also science. But if in normal terms, if we talk about science, it means basically technology. So how to measure whatever the medical technology or the in physics or chemistry, whatever stuff all are there. So this is all the technology, how to measure it and how to get use of for our benefit. So yes, he is. If you see all the previous talks of the Sadhguru, especially the public talk, is very scientific, very scientific. Okay, but also you have to be very comprehensive for that, because sometimes it may goes to the little away where science boundary of science like ends. If other realms are there, then that realms is just conjecture becomes. If it doesn't come under your experience, like see, I'm talking about my love, I'm talking about what I experience in my emotion, something. If somebody he never experienced this kind of things, he will say he's talking stupid, nothing else.
Right.
You understand?
Definitely.
If something it doesn't come into your experience, and if somebody is talking about it, if you are really straight, you will say that this is just stupid. He is talking just stupid, because he doesn't come, that aspects of dimension or that things doesn't come to your experience. Even I was very susceptible, and even like yoga and something. So I was just a fan of Sadhguru from since 2011 to 2017.
Oh, okay.
When I came India, and I used to work with the one of my very close friend in Noida. So one day we just, because we are working in the company together, so we told that we are just discussing that he talks everything very scientifically. And I don't know what about inner eating. He says this is it brings lots of like this benefit inside you. Let's do it. I wanted to do it earlier also, but I didn't get time to do it.
Right.
But you know, everything has a time sometime.
Okay, Anna. Yeah. Oh, once again,
Okay.
Anna. Yeah.
Okay. So both of us are the, I mean, we and my friend decided to join this inner engineering program. Okay. So we went to the first day, and we started everything, whatever guidelines was given, we followed it, we did it. And when the initiation happens, that day was really turning point in my life. Because before that, I just used to, even the yoga, I used to see that it's just a turning, twisting. Okay, some exercise, we do yoga, it will calm down it's good for the body and mind and everything. But I didn't know that there is something beyond that. And something, these tools are so powerful that it can make you experience something beyond that, beyond your five sense organs. Very small experiences, very small, but still it is a very transforming. And that day I knew who Sadhguru was actually. And I can't explain that in words. So you can say that just in a moment, my life got fulfilled. Like, so I used to study, and because I used to read about the Rishi, Muni, Yogi. Okay, he was like in the past, he was so powerful. There are lots of things. And after that, I learn, and I become so blissful. I become so blissful in the terms that I got my guru. I got my real guru. And you can't say that I don't know, there is no word to explain that. It's like fulfilling life. Otherwise you always have something, what should we do, what is for life, anything, and lots of questions. So that day it was really, you can say, that turning point in my life. Turning point, complete turning, like, because you become completely satisfied that you got someone who make you experience your higher nature. So the importance cannot be like, you know, as the Sadhguru, I mean the Guru, even in from childhood. In my heart, the place of Guru, even the teacher, whoever the teacher, always high, always high. If teacher says something, it's like word, it's word for me. I have to do something. Okay, it's like always. Even and in our culture, we used to always give high respect to Guru, even above to our God. And when I just found this Guru, I've become so blissful. I've become so privileged, and also to know that I am living in this era of Sadhguru. And from that time of that, life started, and I tried to go and deeper and deeper and deeper. So more and more program. Then I did the Bhavaspandana. So in inner engineering was good, but the experience was little. I mean, it was just little. I wanted to have little more longer experience and something. I did like I had lots of like asthmatic. I was very asthmatic, lots of allergy. After engineering, almost 80%, 85% gone.
Oh, okay.
And also I had always migraine something. Almost I used to take a pills. Lots of pills I used to take. After engineering, migraine goes and everything goes. I was very like rule type of person. No, this should happen like this should happen like. Even I used to travel in the train. If somebody does wrong thing, I used to just start to yell, why are you doing this? And or if I'm not able to do this something, I just in my head start to distress it, lots of things. So after doing inner engineering, life becomes completely different. Inside, not outside. Outside is the same. So the outside same. So inside, because if you fix inside, outside also becomes very beautiful. Same thing becomes beautiful. So after that, I did the Shunya. I mean Shunya program. That also brings completely health inside me. So my asthma almost gone. I didn't experience any allergy and everything. Shunya program was a very powerful program, but not experientially. I didn't experience much. It was very at the same time tortured for me in the program. My God, sitting in cross-legged. I don't know if you have done Shunya program.
Yes, but yes,
it was really
torturous. Yeah.
And when it start to have, and when it will end, my God, really. So after that, I did the Bhavaspandana. I always want to. I used to beg Sadhguru, please, give me some experience, little longer experience, so that I can experience something beyond something experience. So somehow he listened. Even I did Aspanda, Bhavaspanda. So one day gone, second day gone. So third day, somehow he listened to me. He always listened. That I understand. He always listen. Whatever is, he always listen. If you really tells from here, he will listen. And then I experienced it. It is completely like a fulfilling experience, and completely know the other dimension, how it is. Just blown out of it. That dimension only you experience. I don't know, there is no way to you explain it. You just try to put it in words, but still everything is lacking sometimes. I always find it's very it's not justice when you try to put it in the words. It's something everybody should experience at least. Bhavaspandana. After engineering, if you do the engineering, if you haven't experienced something, you do Bhavaspandana program. So that, and somehow in the so I told you that how Hatha Yoga happened, how Hatha Yoga started to happen. So inner engineering, one of the volunteer, his name is Amar Anna. I don't know why he told me, Anna, you must do the Hatha Yoga program. I just what he's talking. Why I do the Hatha Yoga? Okay, I learned the inner engineering and the school is good. and I want to just depend it. That's it. Experience it. And after that, the Sadhguru started to start that this Sadhanapada. Sadhanapada. And the 7-month program, it was really nice. My desire was really intense. So I want to do this Sadhanapada. So I told my wife, so how nobody can allow this. Completely away. So she didn't allow. I mean, she told me, "Oh, you can go," but I understand. She was telling on the surface, not from inside. I don't know. Sometimes then something in between there. Also, I saw the Hatha Yoga program. Okay, and somehow I shifted my attention from Sadhanapada to Hatha Yoga. And it happened suddenly, because somehow this at one day it was just I was telling that I want to I deepen my sadhana. It's not more for my other things. I want to deepen my sadhana anyhow, because when I did samyama program, almost I used to do sadhana 8 hours or 9 hours a day, morning and evening and morning and for samyama. It was really very intense sadhana for that time. So after samyama, I did samyama. After samyama, everything experience was there. So I wanted to go more and more. So Hatha Yoga teacher training, somehow it happened, but the fee was so high, and the intensity, the level of intensity was so high. I just desired, but the demand of the commitment and the even fee, everything was impossible for me at that time. Completely impossible. I don't know everything, how Sadhguru listen everything. I don't know. How I start to everything happens. You never imagine. Something I find that it becomes very impossible to you, because I didn't have money. I came back India. I left everything, the science career and everything. I used to do lots of different things, distracted little bit. But so I that's why I came to this program of Sadhguru, and slowly I went more inward. Somehow that desire was inside me, that I wanted to Hatha Yoga. But how should I tell to my wife? So she already, somehow she didn't give me permission. She told me, no, you can do. I can write to you. Even by words, she's telling me, you go. But by heart, no. Her heart was not telling, no, do not go. For that much of long time. That I used to know. And then it was 1 month left. I applied in May, I think. In May. Very few times was left, okay? So I applied for the Hatha Yoga programs. And my wife went for the Bhavaspandana program there in the ashram. So I was here alone. I did get enough alone time to think about during this time. So I applied it. Okay? Without her permission.
Okay.
When she came out of the Bhavaspandana program, okay, she was very happy, blown out. Okay. I told her, so I applied it. She was so happy. Oh yes, very good, you do it.
You do.
Because in that state of mind, so she was. Sadhguru also molded her in that to give me that permission. And not only told me to do, and she also gave me permission. And also then we thought about how will we do that. We do not have any money, so you can say that even we have a very few thousands, 20,000, 25,000 maybe we had in our, and the amount was too big. And my kind of person, I never ask anything from somebody, even if I have to stay without home, I don't want to. how do I know and how do I can take a help? So my wife told that I can take a loan from bank, from the bank and everything. Then one idea came into my mind: why should I not ask from my friends? Whatever we take from the bank, we can take from my friends, and same way we can give some interest to them. Okay, so will be win-win situation. Then I start to make a mail and wrote all my friends, different friends. Even some Isha friends also, they helped me too. And the friends in foreign country, they still they have lots of scientists are there that working very nicely. And they also amazed, and they also read my mail as what he's doing, yoga and doing Hatha Yoga Teacher. So you can understand from this,
Right.
because they're scientists doing well, why he's turned to it. But they didn't ask much question. Okay, why do you? But we just need money, and so please give me whatever amount you can help us. We will pay you back somehow. If I will not pay you back, so my wife will give you, because she's doing job, so she can pay. I knew that she can pay slowly and slowly within 3 years time. So I told that what assets we have, everything we told like transparently, what wealth we have and what we want to do and how we will return you, so that they also have the assurance that no, we will not take your money. And so then so we couldn't imagine that much amount of money I can gather. So I don't know, with this grace of Sadhguru, so humbling experience, everybody can, and whatever. And even one of my friend's brother, he gave me very big amount of money. He gave me whatever you want, you just do it, because he also knew Sadhguru. He also fan of Sadhguru. He told us, you are doing very good thing. So the things for which I am asking for them, some of them knew the value. It was really nice. I don't know, the help came from all over way. So it happened very easily. So from that, everything. So step by step was a very humbling experience. How everything happens with the grace of Sadhguru. If you surrender everything, he will make possible. Everything start to happen that way it should happen. It was really humbling experience. Tears coming into my eyes. How everybody is giving help. Finally happened, and went to Hatha Yoga Teacher training program. So as you know, it's a completely 6 months, almost 5.5 months program. It's really most profound program. I can't say that there is more profound program in the ashram. Because you go there, you don't learn anything intellectually. You learn everything by experience. You experience everything. Whatever steps you talk, whatever steps we talk, even we somehow experienced in the program by ourselves. So as you know that from since childhood, I was very industrious. I doing everything with heart, lots of intensity. I thought, no, I will do it. Okay. I was that kind of confidence that I will do it. Even intensity is there, it's okay. I will do it. And everything broken, everything completely broken. Because that kind of intensity is like being here in the program, in the Hatha Yoga Teacher training program, is completely, I don't know at what speed you are. You don't have any extra breath. It's not something I am saying to exaggerate that you have extra breath to take. Actually, you do not have any extra breath to take. You get up. I used to have also my own sadhana. Lots of I used to get up at 3 and 3:30. Okay, between 3 and 3:30. I used to do my own sadhana, and then the entire day completely. Sometimes you cannot reach any time even 1 second later. That is what commitment. If you do anything, any mistake, you're gone. And everywhere, whether you go for the dining, wherever you go, you must go before time. That's what Sadhguru wants. Whatever you do before yoga, you must ensure that wherever you commit for, that you reach before time. That must happen in the life. That is what even in the Isha program, we always make ensure that if you once decide the programs, so that if the time is decided, it must happen at the time, exactly at the same time. So not timing everything. So everything, like whatever uh, the pride or whatever in my confidence, you can say, or stupid confidence which I had, is broken down. And lots of even the participants there used to say, Amar, you and there lots of person are like very depressed first. I was saying, why they are depressed? You understand? And suddenly I fell into that ditch. If it was so expensive, like karma, you say the karma, Sadhguru said, if you think about it, it will happen to you. No, right now you might, and in the program it used to happen. Whatever I used to think, it happens that you with you. So everything was expensive, not like, and I wanted to, this type of training must happen at least like few longer, more long time, so that makes you more. Yes, Sadhu, I know that this much of time is maximum time that he can give. It can be feasible for everybody. They can come and experience. But yes, if it can be the 2 years, maybe 12 years, it will be after 12 years, might you become almost everything purified. Really, really intense program. So we learn each and everything. Each and every step is intensity. So intensity is the main thing. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter what you do. Whatever you do, you have to do it with great intensity. That's what you learn there. And the life completely transforms. Why it transforms? You don't learn by, like you don't learn by mind. You imbibe everything. You imbibe in each and every cells. That is what the essence of the, teacher training Hatha Yoga program is. It's completely different. And there is no, right now, there's no other program in anywhere in the world, this kind of program is happening. Especially the classical Hatha Yoga, the yoga which imparts Isha is completely different. It's not that I'm from Isha, that's why I'm telling it. Before that, used to see how the other, where like Iyengar Institute, there are different institutes I used to see what they are doing, how they are handling the tools. They're handling the tools completely in different way. It's not that much of sanctity they have. So it is not like I'm saying they're wrong and something. Whatever they have, they thought, they understood, and they're doing their best. But at least, yes, it must not happen like a circus as happening it's everywhere. Because there's something which is very, very powerful, you must handle it carefully. Otherwise, it can destroy the life. Destroying the life, it doesn't mean the life sometimes, because people always try to tell that, okay, destroying life means maybe you lost your money, maybe you lost your health. It is not like that, always like that. Yes, it can also happen that if you handle the yoga improperly, that can also may happen. But the life is the opportunity, the possibility you have. If you do not handle that much of very powerful tool with a great care, with a great reverence, if that can transform you within you, that has a potential to take you to the other dimension of the life. If you do not handle that, what will happen? So you will lose the possibility, because once you handle it improperly, you will immediately you judge it. Oh, it's working, it's nothing. Once you judge it, you block that path. If the path is blocked, means you possibility to transform, whatever possibility to transform in the higher nature, it's blocked. So that is, I think, the greatest damage it can do the life. Because once you make up something or make any judgment about anything, this may happen to your life. So this is how I came to Hatha Yoga. Now I'm completely devoted to this tool, giving as much as many people as I can touch. So I always want to give more and more people. Why it is fulfilling to me? Because even I used to do science, so I want to do something like useful, something powerful. Because when I was in science, I used to like I had lots of questions. I'm in developmental biology. So developmental means how life happens, how the life, like the one cell starts to happen, how the this whole life in the planet prospers from one cell to different multiple.
What evolution, basically.
Evolution,
Okay.
yeah, evolution theories, everything. And there are lots of things that science cannot tell the answer. Even when you go to the gene and molecular level, developmental aspects, how the gene play the role, how protein function, how cells function, how the everything function. The mechanism, we knew lots of mechanism. Still, the lots of discoveries going on. It's still lots of things to know. But there one thing always, if you can say that, if not in the molecular sense, if I say that in more public sense, which comes first, whether it's like you say that which chicken first come or the egg comes first, is very, so it is more in superficial so that you can understand. So in the molecular level also, if you try to understand more molecular level, so yes, everything gene determines the phenomenon, symptoms of the cells, the protein which it transcribes, the whatever this cells take the shapes or whatever the the phenomena it happens inside the cells. So lots of things determines with the genes, whatever the genes and information it has. But how this information happens? When the first which comes, if you go deeper and deeper, you do not have, at one time you do not have answers. But when I came to the here and to know Sadhguru and then went a little bit, I'm not very, we are just in the process of making a yogi. So still we are struggling lots of aspects in the life. It's not that we are doing Hatha Yoga Teacher, so we have everything perfect. No, still struggling. But yes, that is what all about yoga is. You always consciously choose it. You always bring that dimension inside you, completely working it. That's all. Until you get it there. So you work it. So when I came, then that question somehow it get answered. And that is why Sadhguru says, even before everything discovered, how the Buddha, how the Patanjali went into each and every dimension. Even we went to the sub-molecular level, the subatomic level, subatomic level.
Yeah.
So like Buddha, as I told you, that he was how he went to deeper and deeper in the meditation, and he can experience each and every cell, not the sea, just experience the cell each and every dimension, not the cell. Further went on on the molecular level, on the atomic level, the subatomic level. So they describe each and every aspect that they. But the terminology they used in the yoga, or we used in the yogic science, is different. And the terminology we used in the science is different, because whatever subjects you study, every subject have that terminology to understand, to make the language out of it. But if you experience, you do not need any terminology. You understand? Right now, if I'm talking to you, so something I need to speak, some word I need to speak so that you can understand. Okay. But that words is just a time, even I'm speaking something, what I mean, it is not that 100% what I mean, the same thing, it goes to you. Everybody understand in their own way.
Yeah. But when you said Bhavaspandana experience, you didn't put any terminology, but I was able to understand. I just knew it. So
yeah. But when you experience in your way, if you have done, so your experience. So in that way, imbibe is something. If you just transmit experience, that is very pure communication. So whenever see the most important, when we use the we were in the training, Hatha Yoga Teacher training, when Sadhguru comes, when he talks, then I my mind is open, my eyes completely focused, everything what he's talking, trying to understand all aspects. But when he closes eye, when he sit with us completely without speaking anything, that is most powerful experience with me. So because sometimes he come with basically Hatha yogis and just sit without speaking anything. Everybody is still. That is most powerful. It's like something is connecting inside you, connecting. It's very powerful. When you don't speak, the communication becomes very, very strong. When you speak, communication becomes little weak. But yes, we have this. This is what we have in the society. This is the way of how we can communicate it. So that is what I'm saying, the terminology. So terminology might be different, but the aspect they have new. You do not need any equipments. So this aspect you experience yourself. A science, what is it? It measures something from outside. So that is why science has a limit, technology has a limitations. So this, it can goes beyond nature, beyond nothingness. Science cannot explain it. They can make a hypothesis. One very beautiful thing is that science has tools, that mathematics. So mathematics tools that even without doing experiment, the things like in the aspects of the nature can be deduced in the mathematical formulas. Like the Ramanujan used to give lots of, even Sadhguru explains that when he used to say that he used to give lots of mathematical formula, sutra. People asked to how you do this. He used to say the baby is bleeding. So there are lots of different dimensions. How he like experience that dimension, then he used to translate that dimension into the formula. Because when we studied the biology. So what happens, like right now I'm speaking, no? Right now I'm making the gesture. Even you can make into the mathematical formula. If you're making the curve, you can make it into the formula. So all the sounds and everything you can make it into the formula. You understand? That is one of the beautiful language. That's why one of the mathematics say that mathematics is the language of the nature. Okay, because it can deduce something into the formula, calculating. But still, it has their own kind of that limitation. But experiential thing is something different. You have to experience by yourself. This is how the yoga is more experiential. So that is why always Sadhguru taught us and told us, this is not something you can taught anybody intellectually. It's not something you learn from the video or something. You imbibe something. So participant basically tries to imbibe something in the class. So for us, the Isha Hatha Yoga programs, any programs, is environment. The ambience is very, very important. How you be in the class is very, very important. So all yoga is not about something making, even learning the practices. It's more about how you do each and everything consciously. So increasing the level of consciousness inside you. So even if you walk, whether you eat, whether you listen, or whether you speak, if you can do each and activity with consciously, each and every activity becomes a way to yoga. So yoga is not something you can do, you can become, because yoga is a state, it's a union. The word meaning yoga means a union. You can just become in that state. So these all the things, practices, it helps you to grow towards that dimension. So if you're very, very ill, the body, the alignment of your body, alignment of your mind, alignment of energy, if all the aspects gets aligned, you never know what will happen to you. You can touch the dimension. Maybe the sustainability might be issues. Sustainability, then again, you have to work on the sadhanas, how you go about it, everything. So sadhana, that is why sadhana is important for us. This is what, and there are lots of things to talk about. I don't know. In the weather, lots of theories and lots of events from childhood. So time for that is not sufficient. Maybe we'll talk.
Can you talk a bit about like how you went from training to setting up your class and how it is happening now? Like, could you talk a bit like where you're conducting classes and how it has been a little bit?
Conducting the classes from the training?
Yeah, from the training. After the training, your first class and how it was.
The first class. For the first class, my wife helped me a lot. Even before first class, I mean, I was in the program, so the program was announced. So I was very introvert kind of person. Even when I was in the they used to have a training and lots of practical demo. It's very difficult for me. There is something inside the story we cannot share because
Right.
that is very confidential. So, bus taught me lots of things, how to be. So basically, for me, for us, it is not important what you do, how you do. It's very important. How you be in the class is very important. That aspect you have to be take care of it at least. And rest, if you just we surrender the situation, Sadhguru makes us happen. It always happens for us. Sometimes very difficult, like we cannot imagine it's going to happen, and it happens. So first class, before I was still in the program, so it was announced. My wife is putting in the social media.
Okay.
And the yoga asanas and bhutsuddhi. First program we did yoga asana and bhutsuddhi. So one of my Isha meditator, very good friend of mine, Chetananna, he gave his place and everything, and then we decided where to do. We had the 5 participants in the yoga asana and almost 8 participants in bhutsuddhi in the first class. So it was and she started, and everything I didn't know how to do. I didn't have anything to conduct the class because you need something minimum space. You need the speaker, lots of things for the class, and but everything happened. He helped me a lot. He gave me a space. He also helped me bring all the gadget which is required in the class. So with the grace of Sadhguru, happens so effortlessly. Just you have to put yourself. So whatever we can do, we put it, and rest other things happens. After that, like right now, it's struggling with a little bit. So reaching out more and more people. So doing on my own, everything is very, very difficult sometimes. Yes, my wife helped me a lot, but she cannot do everything. She has also a hard job, and also she cannot do because as a teacher I have to take responsibility lots of things. So yes, she whatever time and whatever she can do, she does. She help whether in so reaching more and more people. So now we first time I'm coming with you in online like this, telling something story.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for choosing my podcast to come on.
No. Thank you. Thanks to you that giving me this opportunity to speak in this way. I don't know what might we have what I spoke, whether I spoke properly or not.
It's beautiful.
But one thing is that I spoke whatever I.
Yeah.
So first class was really humbling. So everybody helped, the friends, Isha friends, and my wife and other. So when I finished my first class, the Bhuta Suddhi and Yogasana, it was really, I can't believe that. I was really tears into my eyes. And every class is a really privilege to sit on that teacher's place. Because once we are in the place sitting at something start to function. Yes, it may happen. If something happens, we start to feel myself, then it may go wrong. But if you surrender yourself to the process, it becomes more easier always. And the Sadhguru grace always works. Sadhguru is always, if you, and Sadhguru ensured us always, if you be in the certain way, I'll be always there. So don't worry. So that is what assurance makes us in the class and happen it. And the other things, yes, the managing the sometimes volunteers comes, the people who have a little experience, they want to help in the activity, they also comes. So somehow it's happens. But yes, reaching out to the people, more and more people, it is challenging. So it's not that people don't need it. People need a lot these tools, but only thing is how you reach. So reaching out to them, reaching out to your targets. Right now we are almost 1,000 Hatha Yoga teacher all around the world. say, I don't know all of them, not all of them are active, but it must be, I think, maybe 500, 600 must be active, I think. But half of them are not active because some of them done for just for life, or it didn't work, maybe. So we need more and more Hatha Yoga teachers, so to touch more and more people, because this is what I understand. Doing the science, okay, the concept of the success these days is like that. If we succeed, we fail, we will fail. This is how it's, I mean, the development and everything is going. This is how it's, because we are going so fast, but we are not turning inward. So something, if you turn inward, even some consciousness comes inside you, automatically, if it happens, even the 10 to 20% of the world population, 10% even this of the world population, it can transform the world drastically, just bringing consciousness. So if you become consciousness, become inward, then you have inherent ability to decide what is wrong and what is right. Nobody has to tell you this is wrong and this is right. Nobody has to tell you about the morality, what is wrong and right. So this is how class right now is happening. So we have the online class also happening. So some few participants are like taking on monthly basis. So few days, alternate days and twice happening, or like we have also the children program, OJAS, online OJAS program. So it happened very well for the children. So the essence of this program is that all the programs we always try to keep emphasize on the ambience, because if you're not in a certain state, even if the thing is very, very powerful, you might not be able to experience it. So it is important. That is why we always emphasize how you be in the class. That is what we experience. So right now we also we are traveling. We also doing the classes in Patna. So workshop model, we did it. It happened very well. As you also have helped us, you always help us to like, and your fan always comes in my class.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Anna.
Vaisakh fan, and very young, and I'm really very happy to see the young people in my class. So they're taking the yoga, because so it's not about this something. If you become do not have to be settled into your life. If you settle into the yoga, then whatever you do, everything will become good. This is what it is. Yoga means. So that's why Sri Krishna tells, first establish yourself into yoga. Then whatever hell you want to do, you do it. Everything will happen consciously. So yogi is not, if you are yogi doesn't mean you have to be away from your family, you have to away from your society. It is like making you more capable at all level, not only physical level, mental level, all other levels even. It will work. Okay, if you are interested in the physical level, let's do it. But at least you do the way it should be done. Everything will happen if you don't, even if you do not think about it. This is how it's working. So we would like to reach more and more people. And also for me, the Isha, sometimes where people ask, what is the cost? Very costly and something. If really somebody really want to learn, and if it doesn't have the money, it is not the hurdles. We never make it hurdles anything, but intensity must be there. We also check the intensity, really intense. If somebody is really intense, nobody can stop. And Sadhguru always tell us, you never stop somebody really want to do. Yes, one thing is that if you pay for it something, it somehow little commitment happens, and commitment is very, very important for the class. If commitment is not there, then there is very less possibility to get any transformations into the life. Commitment has to be there for anything. This is what So I can say lots of things to say. Now you can ask if you have something to. I can respond.
Great, Anna. Like this was like perfect. Like, thank you so much for sharing. So, like, I don't have any questions. Like, it really went well. I had to hold my tears a lot of times. And thank you for being so genuine and giving such a genuine sharing. So, I just want, like, where can the viewers reach out to you? I think, like, after the podcast, many would, like, where do you update your programs? Like, is it Instagram or is it a better place? Is there some other place that they can reach out to you?
Yes, we have the Instagram. Used to, because I didn't get time to like update even sometime. But sometime my wife get time, she updated.
Yes,
So
huge shout out to Nidhyaka. Nidhyaka is the one.
Yes, she's a really great asset, even in managing the class, even doing the class. So the Instagram, yes, we used to put there. Also, we put on our Facebook page, on our profile, and also on the page we have the Samarpanam Yoga, a classical Isha Hatha Yoga. So you can reach out to like even page at Samarpanam Yoga. If you if you search at Samarpanam Yoga, so you will find this page. And the Instagram Samarpanam Yoga name is there. There we keep there. This is what we are doing right now. So we want to now go more and more live videos. Maybe you can give me more opportunity to
Yes, definitely
be with you. So talk about the programs or whatever you can see. Even we have learned that how the science and the yoga, what is the science, technology, and the yoga, especially the medical science and the yoga works. This I can talk about the various aspects.
That would be great, Anna.
Yeah, there are also the like food aspects, how the food aspects work in the life, how it is very easy to maintain. You do not have to follow any particular strict diet, anything. You just need to be conscious in eating. So how to go about it. So whatever aspects we have learned in our program, we want to spread it more and more for the well-being of more and more people, because it is something that when the participants in the class experience, that is our asset always. Then the tear comes in our eyes, something is profound happening, at least. So
thank you, Anna. So last, what would you like to leave the audience with? Something that you would like to share until our next video?
Last I say, just stay tuned with us, and for more more things, you can ask anything related to especially the yoga, something, any question if you have, you can ask us. If I'm really, in my experience, something I can tell from our experience, not something bookish knowledge and something. We'll try to give. If I do not know, then I'll tell you better you explore more. And the best way to be, just be still. One very important and powerful message: try to be still. Just sitting still, even for a few minutes every day, it's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Then, even if you do not like yoga, if you just to be still, with eyes closed, just still, the aspect will come slowly and slowly. It come inside you, just being still. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Anna. I think my young viewers might reach out to you for relationship advice. I think so, maybe after the podcast.
Yes.
Other than yoga.
I went into the various relationships.
Yeah, especially you said you had a girlfriend in Germany, so now they will reach out.
Not one girlfriend, various girlfriends.
Thank you, Anna.
Namaskar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.